Yo, 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 yo. Thank you, everybody, for watching the ultimate fantasy roster lineup. I don't know what we even call on this, Rad, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't need a name. Just know we're here to talk about the money. So let me throw it over to the man who actually won some money last week. Come on, Rad. Tell us your secret.
My secret luck. I mean, not luck. A little luck. It's week one, so it was a little luck. But yeah, I won a couple dollars. Nothing too major. I won a couple dollars. I had like the star people I had. I had Josh Jacobs. I had Crowder. I went with Big Ben. I went with Juju, so I stacked Big Ben with Juju. So I had Chargers D that was pretty decent. Had a couple sacks. So yeah, won a couple dollars. Nothing too major, but yeah, I had a good week last week.
All right, perfect. So if you are new here, and by new, it's our second time doing it, so everybody's probably new.
Yeah.
What we are doing is I'm using one app, Rad is using another, and we are doing daily fantasy. And we are constructing what we perceive to be as the best roster for that week. So I think my games are only Sunday games, right, Rad? I'm assuming yours was only Sunday games too.
No, I did
players.
I did Thursday to Monday.
Oh, you do the Thursday to Monday? Okay, so mine's is only Sunday. So if you see this before the Thursday night game, that's good.
I don't think I got anybody from Thursday though, so
I will hope not. It's the Bengals and the Browns. Unless you got Mixon in the mix, I would say stay away from it. So yep. So we try to build the best lineup and to see if we can help you guys win some money. So Rag, since you won last week, how about you start us off?
All right. So I had a couple teams I wanted to throw up. I'm a schedule it down to one, put it on one. So my quarterback this week, I got Kyler Murray. Ooh. Kyler Murray versus the Washington football team. People was down on him last week because the San Fran D and all that, but he showed up. He showed out. He showed that how mobile he is, and I think he a dark horse. He a dark horse for MVP this year. So I expect another big game from Kyler Murray as my starting quarterback.
Oh, that's nice. I was thinking about him. I was definitely thinking about him because I got him in one of my fantasy leagues, and he balled out for me. I got blew out though. I won't talk about that. But yeah, man, I'm breaking the rule that everybody mom taught them growing up about double dipping because I'm double dipping. I'm going back for that extra scoop of Josh Allen. Pause.
I had him.
I'm rolling with my boy Josh. I'm rolling with my boy Josh against the Dolphins. I don't know what it is about the Dolphins, but he show up and he show out. I think he got like 10 touchdowns throwing, 3 running, only like 2 picks, 5 sacks. Like he balls out against the Dolphins. I know that
maybe because they're bad. Maybe because they just haven't been good this whole time him being there.
they do have a better defense now, but in 2, I'm gonna keep going back into the well until I come back with no water. So I'm going. I went Josh.
Nah, that's a great pick. I definitely had him in there. So my number, I'm double dipping. As well as my number one running back. Well, I can see my number 2 running back. My number 2 running back is going to be Austin Eckler this week. I'm double dipping with Austin Eckler. Last week he didn't do as great as I want him to do. They back up Kelly, got voucher the touchdown from him. He getting some goal line work, but they playing KC. I'm expecting to be a shootout. I expected them to target him. I'm expecting him that they target him more. Like he had 1 catch last week. He the second best or third best catching running back in the league. And I think they're gonna have some design passes for Austin Eckler, and they gave him 18 carries last week, and I think he's gonna get around the same. So I got Austin Eckler this week as my RB2, RB1, whatever.
I got 2 things to say about what you just said. For one, I mean, show me a game where Tyrod got into a shootout. So I'm worried about that. And then on top of that, we kind of talked about it on our last pod. I'm like the running quarterbacks and Tyrod, he don't just dump it to the running back. So that's why I was always worried about Eckler this year because having Tyrod in. But that shootout, we'll see.
I agree with that. But even if it's not a shootout, it's going to be a lot of points, and they're going to have to pass. You know what I mean? So even if it's not, maybe Chargers ain't keeping up, which is very possible. It's probably more likely not going to happen. They're going to have to pass, and Austin Eckler going to be in the game, getting those on those pass downs, getting those design passes, even if it's not dumps, it's out the backfield on a design run, some design pass route. So I like Austin Eckler just far as just amount of touches he gonna get this game. I don't, I just amount of touches he's gonna get this game. That's what I'm rolling with.
All right. So my number one running back, I had to go with the big dog. I did go Christian McCaffrey. Spent most of my money on him. Going against Tampa, Kamara just had a day.
Yep.
I think 5 catches, 50 yards, 1 touchdown receiving, 1 touchdown rushing. So whatever the issue was with stopping Kamara from getting in the end zone, I don't think Tampa's going to fix it by this week. So I think McCaffrey is due for a day. So that's what I'm running with my running back one.
Sound good. I want another top guy. I got Zeke this week. Zeke against Atlanta. Chris Carson had a day last week, had 2 touchdowns. Zeke looked good last week. He just, he was in the passing game. So I think Cowboys offense against Atlanta is going to be great. Russell Wilson looked at all world. He is all world. It ain't like he looked at all world, but he wasn't giving you 300 yards a game and 4 touchdowns. That wasn't the game plan. The game plan was a ground and pound, but they letting Russ cook. But I think it's gonna be another showing for Dak. I think Dak very similar. Got more weapons, more abundant weapons. And I just think I think this is gonna be a legit shootout. I think Atlanta, Dallas, take the over. I don't know what it is, but take the over.
I'm going to say a lot of the things you just said once we get to a different position. But my number 2, man, I'm double dipping a lot because I went Raheem Mostert, man. Last week I came here, I said, listen, Shanahan is going to drop just a couple plays. You only need him to drop a couple plays for Mostert to get him free for a couple touchdowns. And it wasn't a lot rushing. It was passing. He had 4 catches on 5 targets for 95 yards. And that shows me that, they can put him in the passing game now. Last year, he only had 14 catches for 180 yards. So he halfway there already in one game. I think if you drafted Mostert in your fantasy league, your regular fantasy league, I think you in for a year. He's a 3-down back now. He proved that. So I think if you can get Mostert right now, still for the low on this, I think you're in good.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think potentially if Kittle not playing, their wide receivers already banged up. They're gonna throw the ball at their backs. You got Jared McKinnon or Coleman, whoever the backs are. I think the back's definitely gonna be Mostert's the top one. He's gonna definitely be in the passing game this week for sure. Definitely without George Kittle. I definitely agree with that. That's a great pick. My wide receiver 1, Adam Thielen. I went Adam Thielen against Indy. What's his name? Gardner Minshew last week. He had a good day against them, and now you got Phillip Rivers. I'm sorry, and now you got I'm tripping right now. You got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is number 1 target. Adam Thielen, I was totally tripping. You got Kirk Cousins right now. Adam Thielen, he had a good game last week, over 100 yards, a touchdown. He's their number 1 guy. He's gonna get all the targets. Kirk Cousins to throw the ball to the second half. I think this could potentially be a high scoring game as well because Minnesota defensive backs are terrible. And Indy defense didn't look too great against Jacksonville last week. So I think this could potentially be a high scoring game, a lot of touchdowns as well.
All right, that's a good pick. I like Thielen a lot. I traded for him in my league last year. So I'm like, I gotta get Thielen on my team, man. Like he hurt, and I had backs, but my wide receivers were weak. I'm like, I could have Thielen on my bench, injured for a little bit, but once he come back, it's over. So I like Thielen. Oh, yeah. Good pick. My number 1, I went Amari Cooper for a lot of the reasons that you just said, and this is weird to say. I think this is a must-win for Dallas. I think this is a must-win. I know it's the second week, but
man.
the thing about Dallas is the noise. If they go 0-2 and Dak don't look good again, now it's is Dak okay with his brother and everything? Is a new coach up to it? Now that everybody want to interview Jerry Jones again. So I think this is a must win against not a great Atlanta defense. Like you just said, they got to have a day. Amari got to have a day. Dak got to have a day. Zeke got to have a day. If not, Dallas season is going to be under fire. So I'm going Amari Cooper for a big day.
I like that. I'm gonna take his number 2. I'm gonna take Mike Gallup as my number 2 receiver.
There you go. Yep.
I got Gallup. I had him. I liked Amari Cooper there. But I was like, let me go Gallup for just the big play. Maybe he get a bomb early. Maybe they try to throw the ball to set up the run.
Attack that interference. That pass interference call last week too.
Yeah, that took away some stuff. But I think they're gonna try to get. The passing game going early. I think Zeke. The old adage is to get a ball to Zeke, but I think you got to set up all these weapons you got on the outside, set that up, and then pound Zeke towards the end or when everything gets pushed back, right? So I'm thinking they're gonna attack the secondary, attack their weakness. Their whole defense is pretty bad, but the secondary is the worst. Atlanta, so I think you just attack early, and I think Gallup, Amari, and CeeDee Lamb all gonna be fantasy valuable, and I went Gallup for maybe a 50-yard bomb or something like that early. So that's my wide receiver too.
I gotta say, for the same reason why I said Amari, you said Gallup pretty much. It's gonna be a high scoring game. Matt Ryan threw for 450 yards last game. I'm assuming it's about to be a lot of that, like 1,000 yards combined through the air. So. I'm looking. I might watch that game. See, now my second wide receiver, the game is probably going to be a total opposite. And I went AJ Brown. I went AJ Brown here because he was terrible last week. 39 yards wasn't good enough. I think they're going to make an effort to get him going. Whether it's quick slants, whether it's some comeback rounds, really to give him an end of rounds, let him run in space, get him the ball and let him eat. I think there's gonna be a lot of Derrick Henry and a lot of AJ Brown against the Jags.
He always eat against Derrick Henry. Always eat against the Jags for sure.
So I think it's gonna be a lot of that. Minshew, he did ball out. So hopefully it is a game where both teams got to score at least enough points where Henry can't eat and AJ Brown could get going. Because Corey Davis had 100 yards receiving last week. I don't think that's gonna happen again. Like, at least not that. At least not 2 times. Lightning.
He was drafted. He was drafted to do that, man.
I don't care. Yeah, I know. How long ago was that though?
Like 4 years ago or something.
Yeah, was he in the Sammy draft or was it?
I forgot what draft it was. It was definitely after. He was definitely after.
So, but I think AJ Brown is a good play here. I think maybe 90 yards and at least a touchdown. And don't be surprised if you get like 10 yards rushing either.
Right, get handing the ball, right? My wide receiver 3, I guess, would be T.Y. Hilton, man. I'm going with T.Y. Hilton against Minnesota awful secondary. Devontae Adams is a stud, obviously, but everybody ate. Lazard, MVS, Aaron Rodgers had them boys looking like, the top passing wide receiver triplets in the league last week.
I say the greatest show on turf out there.
And I think Phillip Rivers, even though they lost to Jacksonville last week, I think it's pretty much going. He bringing whatever he used to do in Chargers right here to Indy. He going close games, big games. He always got dropping back and passing the ball. It's just Phillip Rivers. Wherever he go, he gonna be Phillip Rivers. And I think they're gonna attack that secondary. And I think T.Y. gonna definitely get a touchdown, and definitely like around 100 yards for sure. So I want T.Y. against Minnesota, whose secondary was full of rookies and unexperienced guys, and you don't fix that in a week. Like
you say, you think it might be a little high-scoring game. You got Hilton and Thielen just in case, and Mack is out for the season too. Yep. So that's a good play. I like that play. I went Sammy Watkins, man. With Sammy Watkins, I was a Sammy fan when he was in Buffalo, almost a Sammy apologist to some, but that's fine. But I just want to be around this offense, right? Like it's sometimes like you just know people. Like I need to be around that guy because he gonna be successful. So by just proximity, I might get some of that. And I just want to be near some of this. Mahomes probably going to throw for 350, 400. Against the Chargers, like you said, it's going to be a lot of points. It's going to be a lot of points. So if Sammy could get me, 90 in a tud or $160, I don't know what he had last week. If you give me like a $120, catch a bomb. I think Sammy's due. He's always the fourth option now. He's the fourth option. And with all the focus on Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, and CHE or CH, like Sammy's going to eat. He's going to get a lot of easy points just because he's the last person that the defense is focusing on. But he got that top talent. So
especially if they do what Houston did last week. They just covered. They put 2 on Tyreek, and Sammy was the 1-on-1, and Patrick hit the 1-on-1 every time. He just went to the guy that was single covered, and that was Sammy Watkins. And if that's the same game plan, expect Sammy to have another 8, 9, 10 target game again. So I think that's a good play for sure. My tight end.
You're tight end.
This is where it get iffy for me. But it's a lot of noise, man. George Kittle, he haven't practiced the last couple of days. He messed up his knee. They playing a bad team in the Jets. Do you risk bringing George Kittle out there? I say no. So I went Jordan Reed. Don't laugh. But if Jordan Reed gets you 2, 3, 4 catches, maybe get some end zone, some red zone targets, maybe get a touchdown. That's all you're looking for. I'm just looking for, I think, everything else, all my other positions is stacked up, and I just went with the highest rated tight end I can get. I think Jordan Reed. It would be a steal, of course. If George Kittle doesn't play, it's a steal. If he played, then I might switch it. I might figure something else out. But if he don't play, it could potentially be a steal against the Jets. And if I was them, I won't play. I know they got to win this game. They just lost to Arizona. You want to go 1-1, and you want to have your best foot forward. But if this is a bad team, if you can't beat them without George Kittle, then the season is not looking great for you. But I think they should. I'm hoping they sit George Kittle, let him rest up, let him finish out the season good. And if that's the case, Jordan Reed can be a steal. He only $2,600. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. You know what I mean? So 26. I think my defense costs more than him. So that's a fact. So Jordan Reed, if George Kittle sit, keep an eye on that.
So it's like when you go to the corner store and like you get all that stuff, but like the credit card limit is $5. You should just throw some non-laters on here. Jordan Reed.
It's the non-laters, dog.
Jordan Reed is
he the little fruity candies and little 50-cent fruity candies. Just I'll throw that on there because I want that too. Yeah, throw that on there. It might be great. I might eat it. It might be the best thing. Like I might finish my meal and be like, oh, I got this candy. Forget I got it. And it be coming to clutch. Or it might be stale and throw it out because it's been sitting there for 2 years. You know what I mean? It's either one. Either one, Mike. It can go either way. It can go either way with Jordan.
I'm so sorry. I know this is a fantasy podcast, but we
might go either way. Yeah.
It might go either way. Like you said.
He a deep sleeper, Mike. He's sleeping. Deep sleeper.
No,
deep
bro. He won me a fantasy league 10 years ago. So, I'm well aware of his stature in the league. But so I'm over here laughing. My tight end not much better. He's the starter. But I went Dawson Knox, man. And it's like I said, I didn't have any money either. But I went with like, what tight end do I think has a chance of scoring? Like it was a ton of tight ends on the list. It's like it's no way any of these tight ends is scoring in an NFL game. I said, but with Dawson Knox and with the Dolphins, Josh Allen is going to have a day, or I'm expecting him to have a day. So with that saying, like Knox might just get lucky. He might just get like one of those play action rollouts. Josh Allen, it's him and Dawson Knox, and the linebacker go after Allen. He throw it right over the top. Hopefully Allen hit it because Knox was wide open in the end zone last game, and J.A. shorted it. So I'm just going, Dawson Knox, please get me some yards, get me some catches, just fall into the end zone.
I
And I
think
would love
Dawson's
to.
get a touchdown. I think Dawson get a touchdown. They probably gonna run that same play they ran against the Jets where he's wide open. Don't be shocked that Dawson next gonna be wide open in the end zone again, and hopefully Josh make it this time. Honestly, I think the same play gonna be made, and they're gonna try to get that play done and good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Josh gonna make the throw. I think it's gonna be the same play. I think he'll
All
get. I
right.
think he's gonna score. I think Dawson Knox will get a touchdown. I don't think that's
All
crazy.
right. I mean, if that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's not crazy for him to score. I mean, they gave him a couple of screens, couple plays. They gave him some real plays last game. I'm just hoping he just fall into the end zone, man. Just give me one. That's one. That's all I need. All right, Rad, round us out with your defense.
I got a flex.
Oh yeah, flex. Oh yeah, I like my flex too.
I got my flex is I got a lot invested in this game, but I got Najee Hines. I got Hines at my flex. I think he is the Austin Eckler of last year. He's going to catch the ball because Phillip Rivers is king check down. Like far as like they're gonna drop back. They're gonna drop back a lot. He gonna throw it to him. Najee Hines going. Marlon Mack is out. He's the true third down back. He even get red zone work. Far as Phillip Rivers loved the passing, the pass catching back with him. He just loved always having that check down option, because he don't move and don't get out the pocket, so he just love having that with him. So I like Najee Hines against Minnesota. I think he gonna get. I don't know if he's gonna get them 2 touchdowns he had. I'm not banking on those scores. I'm not doing that. But I'm banking on the volume. I'm banking on maybe 8 to 10 carries and about 6 to 7 catches, and he gonna do what he gonna do with those yards. And but I'm definitely expecting about 20 touches for Najee Hines, or around that 15 to 20 touches for Najee Hines.
Okay, you definitely stacked your roster around the tight end. I can tell that.
Yeah.
So my flex, I went Key and Drake. I went and Drake against the football team. Listen, I don't buy it. I know last week I said Rivera gonna have them boys playing some ball. By midway through the season, they came out. The first half looked bad. Like, let's not forget the first half.
It's a fact.
Carson Wentz and them was doing whatever they want. And I don't know what happened at halftime, but Wentz came and sold the bag.
Sold the bag.
So on 2K, he was selling. So I don't think when the Arizona Cardinals come out at halftime, I don't think that's happening. I think they double the score. I think Murray has a day. He had 91 yards rushing. I don't think he does that again, unless he really is going to be like Lamar Jackson from last year. I don't think he has 91 again, but I think the football team is going to be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Drake has a day. I think I'm expecting 2 touchdowns from Drake, maybe 1 receiving, maybe 1 rushing. So
he better. He had an okay week last week. He got to come back and be that. He was like a first round, second round pick this year. So. All right, King Drake. All right, my defense, I rounded out with the Rams. I went Rams defense against Philly. I think Philly O-line is banged up. Aaron Donald looked like he on a mission this year. Malcolm Brockers. I think I'm just a fan of I think the Rams defense is better than what people think. You know what I mean? I think having Jalen Ramsey on the back end and Aaron Donald, I think, they linebackers need to be better. But I think they're just going to that O-line, Philly O-line, they gave it 8 sacks last week, 8 sacks last week.
8 sacks.
And I think Washington football team front line is good. Don't get me wrong. It ain't like it was just to watch the football team. I mean, they got some good. Their front 7 is pretty decent. And I think Aaron Donald gonna have a day. I book him down for 2 sacks. I'm thinking about 4 or 5 sacks against a Carson Wentz. Maybe throw another interception. And I went Rams. O-line, Philly O-line. I don't know if Lane Johnson coming back, but it's just all messed up. Philly O-line all messed up, and maybe Miles Sanders play, maybe he don't. But I'm just down on Philly right now.
No, yeah, I have him. Carson Wentz is like one of my quarterbacks on my actual fantasy teams, and I'm worried, man. I'm worried. I really am. That team, is not a good team right now. I don't know what happened in the second half. Rivera figured out whatever Peterson was doing and just locked them up, shut them down. They just scored another point. If Aaron Donald, from that video that I seen where he just completely ran over 3 people, and then
that's the Dallas O-line.
That's what I'm saying. O-line. So Carson Wentz, if I was Peterson, I would say that he had COVID and I will not play Wentz because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Trust me.
Oh, man.
You rather say that than what may happen to him this week. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. And I went a team with similar issues that the Eagles have, and that's the Giants. And I went with the Bears. Daniel Jones is the white Jameis Winston. I'm calling it now. So I'm expecting about three picks. About 3 picks.
I got Daniel in fantasy. I know. That's why I took him. I was like, they're gonna be throwing the ball. He's gonna throw the ball 1,000 times. He's gonna have 2 touchdowns, 2 picks every game. So whatever. I'm good
every
with
game. How many? He had 2 last week. How many picks did he have last week?
2. Yep, he had 2 last week. 2 touchdowns and 2 picks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So
he threw one in the red zone and one. JJ Watt just made a great play on that one, but the other one was terrible. One of them was terrible. Not JJ Watt. His brother.
Yeah, TJ.
TJ Watt just had a great play on that one, but I think he had 2 picks for sure.
Yeah. Their old line is terrible. Barkley couldn't do anything. I mean, Barkley couldn't even get out the backfield. So I think it's going to be a rough day for Daniel Jones. And even if they don't even get pressure on him, he's the white Jameis Winston. So he's just going to throw you too. So you don't even have to do anything. You just got to get to. And if you start getting pressure on him, I think, just be aware. The ball going to be on the ground. It's going to be in the air. It's going to be up for grabs. And I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a high-scoring game. Mitch Trubisky's not a great quarterback either. So I think it's going to be low-scoring, maybe a lot of running. So I don't think it's going to be a route where it's come with garbage time, scoring points for the Giants, anything like that. It can be a low-scoring game. Both teams probably field goal late to win it. So I think if you get a couple, maybe even a touchdown, I think you are set with the Bears defense.
Yep, I like that, definitely, because that Giants O-line was like Saquon was getting sacked. He was literally getting sacked. It's insane. Like, it was that bad, and once again, you don't fix that in the week.
Yeah, exactly.
You got Khalil Mack and boys coming, and it's not looking good.
Not looking good. So, all right, bruh. So we're gonna see the sort of teams.
We'll
what
see,
happened.
man.
You want some money last week? I was in the money for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And until it was my 415 games, man. They did nothing. T.Y. didn't give me much. Allen Robinson.
He did okay. Anthony Miller won't caught the touchdown.
Yep. I think I told people to grab him in the flex late too. So I don't know. We will know what we're talking about, but we see. No, but we see. So, but I say you won money last week. Hopefully, we both win money this week, and hopefully, everybody that watched this video will win some money.
Yeah,
and
man.
Keep coming back every week. We're gonna keep getting better. We're gonna have fun, and we'll see.
All right, man.
All right, bro. Good luck.
Thanks. Same to you, bro.